My name is Judy Miller. I do the basic training webinars, and today we're going to be talking about our campaign builder. So we're going to be doing the basics of campaign builder. If you've been doing campaign builder for a long time, this probably isn't the webinar for you. It's probably going to be too basic for you, but I do open up the end for questions. So if you ask questions and then you have to leave the webinar, I will definitely answer your questions and email you with those answers. So let's get started. I am recording this. You guys will get a recording after the webinar, probably around lunchtime. So by the end of this webinar, you're going to be able to create a simple campaign, and you're going to find out where to get campaigns for free. And I love to give free things on my webinars because I really appreciate the hour that you guys spend with me, because I know it's a lot of information. And you think yesterday was big. Today is our biggest webinar of all because we learn how to automate your follow-up and create a campaign. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the question box. And also, I always let you know that if I'm going too fast, just put it in the question box and tell me to slow down, and I will. And hello, Anna. We have some people that came to all 3 webinars this week, so I really, really appreciate you being with me for 3 days. So with your Infusionsoft application, you do have access to our Help Center. It's located at help.infusionsoft.com. There you have access to our user guide. So if you need to know anything else about the campaign builder, you can just go to the user guide and type it in. Those articles and videos will show up. You also have access to our tech support numbers. And if you go to the webinar tab, there are mastermind webinars that are done by upper level people. People have been with Infusionsoft for 11 and 12 years that do maybe 12 rungs higher or 5 rungs higher on the ladder. And there's lots of webinars in there that are recorded about Campaign Builder and the next steps. So Anna can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me okay? Log back in. So I told her to just log back in. So I like to give out free things during my webinars and send you some goodies with the email that I send you. And this is a campaign builder overview. It was written by one of our success coaches. Her name is Jill. It is absolutely amazing. It has every single thing that you need to know about the campaign builder on a 5-page PDF. There's arrows to show you where that's found inside the campaign builder, and then there's also technical writing about it. I'm going to send this to you. You'll probably use this more than any other document or resource that you have with Infusionsoft. So I'll be sending you this along with your recording, and it's just absolutely amazing, and it's really, really, really going to help you. You're going to love it. And she updated it so it has all the latest and greatest in there. So the campaign builder inside Infusionsoft begins with a goal, and a goal is what you want the contacts to do. It's represented by a circle. The goal is what you want the contact to do. So campaigns begin with a goal. They begin with that round circle. It's really important to know that because I'm really going to cut down the campaign builder to make it really, really simple. So the first thing you need to remember is a goal is what you want the contact to do, and it's represented by a circle inside the campaign builder. So you can see that we have lots of different goals inside Infusionsoft. We have a web form is submitted, a landing page is submitted, a tag is applied, an email link is clicked. Today we're going to focus on the web form is submitted. But if you want to learn more about these in that document that I'm sending you, it will have all that information about what each one does. Or you can go to our Help Center and type in email link clicked, and it will bring up the information on how to do that inside the campaign builder. Today we're going to focus on the circle that says web form submitted. Once a goal is achieved, it will push people into a sequence, and a sequence is represented by a rectangle with a clock in the middle, and those are supposed to be 2 emails on the sides, but it looks like a barbell. So when a goal is achieved, it pushes people into a sequence automatically. So Caroline said she's lost. She doesn't know where the goal is. I'm going to show you. I'm just telling you the 2 ingredients of a campaign right now. I didn't get into the app. The 2 ingredients are a goal and a sequence. Those are the ingredients of creating any campaign. There's lots of different things that you can see in our sequence. There's communication. There's process. I'm going to show you an example. Inside the campaign builder, you can send an email. This is a sequence. You can put in a timer. You can send another email, put in another timer, and then create a task to remind yourself to send that person something or call that person. That's a sequence right there. So the only things that you need to remember right now is that a goal pushes people into a sequence. All a complex campaign is are goals that push to sequences, that push to other goals, that push to other sequences. And if you can remember this, you can build out a simple campaign and start building more complex campaigns. So let me get into Infusionsoft and show you how to build out a campaign. So Caroline, this is where we're going to find the goal. I'm logging into my Infusionsoft application, and once I do, you're going to see that I land on the dashboard. When I'm on the dashboard, I'm going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to Campaign Builder, and click it one time. That will bring you into the campaign library. Now, I already have some things in here. You may not, but don't be alarmed. You can get free campaigns just by coming to this button right here that says Get Campaign Templates, and don't do it now because you'll get lost. But anytime you click on that white Get Campaign Template button, it will bring you into our template library in the marketplace, and you can say, I want to send out birthday greetings. You can type in birthday greetings, and you can install a campaign right into your Infusionsoft for free. It will give you directions. It may be exactly what you want. It may not be exactly what you want, but you can always go in and edit it, so it's very, very cool. Once you learn the basics of how to create the campaigns, you'll understand more about those campaigns that are created for you in that template marketplace. We're going to create a brand new one because I want you to learn the A, B's, and C's of Infusionsoft. So I'm just going to hit this green button that says Create a Campaign. And when I do, a box will appear and it will ask you, hey, name this campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and name it. And the Judy Miller rule of thumb is name it what it is. Don't make things complicated for yourself. This is going to be my offer sign up. Name it what you want to name it. You can always go in and edit it. If you have lots of people building campaigns inside your Infusionsoft, put their initials at the beginning, have them put their initials, and then you can find their campaigns really super easy. I'm going to name this what it is, my offer sign up. And then I'm going to hit save. And that will open up our campaign canvas. And it's a little intimidating at first because it's blank, but it's going to be easy for you because you remember that every campaign begins with a goal. If you look in the very top black bar, all the way to the left will bring you back to the campaigns. If you click on campaigns, this is the name of our campaign, My Offer Sign Up. All the way to the right is editing, reporting. You won't have the stealth button because that's only done for employees. And then you can see actions, and I can actually rename this campaign if I want to. If I make a campaign that's just awesome and the best campaign I ever made, I can actually make a copy of it and use that campaign and just change some things around. So the actions is really cool. You can do lots of stuff there. So let's go ahead and create our campaign. A campaign begins with a goal. So Caroline, this is going to be really important for you. We're going to come to the goals right here, and I'm going to grab the web form because I told you guys we were going to work on web forms, and I'm going to move it right out into that canvas. When I do, it will turn blue underneath, and all that blue box is saying is, rename me. Don't leave me as generic web form submitted. Name me what I am. So I'm going to name this Offer Sign Up. Name it what it is. You can always go back and highlight it and change it. But boy, once you start making a lot of web forms, you're going to want to know what they are. So name them what they are, what makes sense to you. We're not going to judge it. It's what makes sense to you. Now, I like building out my foundation of my campaign first, and I like to go and work in the different areas. So I'm going to go and add my sequence. A goal is connected to a sequence. It's that easy. So I'm going to come up to my sequences. I'm going to grab my sequence, move it next to my goal, and it turns blue on the bottom, and that's saying rename me. Don't leave me untitled sequence. It will make a difference sometime when you're trying to find that, and you want to copy it to a different campaign. So I'm going to name this one Offer, Welcome, and More. Name it what it is. This is going to be my offer and welcome email, and I'm going to send out more. And now I need to connect them. A goal is connected to a sequence. So I'm going to hover over the goal, grab that arrow, and take that arrow and move it all the way into that box, and now they're connected just like that. A goal is connected to a sequence. And then if I'm going to use my e-commerce, I can put another goal here and connect it. And now I have a goal is connected to a sequence, is connected to another goal. Isn't that amazing? So it's that simple. To make the arrow, you always go to the object to the left, grab the arrow, and move it into the icon to the right. Now that our foundation is created, we're going to go in and build out each of the rooms. If you notice, every single icon is gray. That light gray color means that it's in default mode and it's not ready yet. It's not created by us yet. So if Infusionsoft opened it up, they know that this campaign is not ready and it's not published. It's a visual. So I want to build out the web form first. In order to build out the web form, I'm going to put my cursor right in the middle and I'm going to double click it. And when I do, the web form builder will open up. It's that simple. Once it opens up, it's in default mode, and this is what our default web form looks like. It's in design mode, and you get to come in and design it to whatever you want it to look like. The first thing I want to do is put a title on it. It's going to be on my website, or it may be on a Facebook ad, or it may be on my YouTube channel, and I want to put a title on it. So I'm going to come to Snippets, right on the top, grab the title, drag it onto my form, and then I'm going to change lorem ipsum, which is Latin, to get my offers. Or I'm just going to put get my offer, exclamation points. Put in my personality there. If you remember yesterday, people buy from friends, they buy from people they like. Use your personality. You only have a couple seconds for people to grab it. You do have the opportunity to come in and highlight that and go to format and change the color if you want to. You can even come in and add an image if you want to. If you're going to put this on a Facebook ad or a Google pay-per-click ad, you may want to add your logo and an image. I can also come and put a dividing line between my title and my first field. If you notice, first name is already there and email is already there. Those fields are already included in the default form. If you need their last name, you may want their last name because you're working with a doctor or somebody very formal and you want to call them, Mr. or Dr. Smith. First name is already there. So if you just click on the first name, this box will appear and you can add last name just like that. You can even add title. So if you need to find out if they're a doctor or not, you can use title. I'm going to hit save and now you'll see that first name and last name appear. If you need their phone number or if you need their address, you're going to be sending them something or offering them a free consultation, you need to give them a call. Just come to the field snippet tab and you can add their phone number just by grabbing phone. A box will appear. You can change the label to your best number or your cell phone. Cell number, it's going to go into the phone field inside Infusionsoft, but you can name the label whatever you want and hit save. And now you can see it says cell number. If there's an asterisk, that means that it's required. If there's not an asterisk, it's not required. And I'm not going to ask for their cell phone, so to get rid of that snippet, I just hover over it and hit the trash can. That's all the information I want. But if you want to add some content in there, if they are going to be finding this on Facebook, you can come to snippets and you can actually come to paragraph and you can add some content there too. Hey, find out about my yoga online for beginners and medium and advanced. You can put whatever you want in there. But mine's going to go on my website, so I don't need that content, so I'm going to delete it. After you get done with the fields, you're going to come down to the submit button. And the submit button is very generic, so we do want you to change it. To change the submit button, you simply double click the button and the button builder opens up just like that. And I'm going to change it to send offer now, exclamation points, using my personality. You can put whatever you want there. Raise my hand, sign me up, save me a seat, send me the list, send me the checklist, sign me up, whatever you want to put there. Just change it from submit because that's very generic. You can change the alignment to left, right, or center. And if you click on the advanced styling toggle, you can change the background color. You don't have to know your code color. You can just come in and pick a color inside of our palette. Just a marketing tip for you, people will click on colored buttons more than they'll click on gray or white buttons. Just some research that I did. You can change the font. You can change the border. You can make the corners more round or less round. Steve Jobs felt like circles caught the eye more than squares because he felt like the points in squares pushed people's eyes away from the button. So if you notice inside the Apple phone, everything is circle because he feels like the circles bring the eyes in. Just something that I found out from reading about Steve Jobs. So just another marketing tip. So you can make the corners more round or less round, and you can even change the size if you want to change the size. I'm going to hit save, and now you'll see that my button changed. And my corners are a little bit more round. Now that my form is done, I'm going to go to the next tab, which is called the Thank You Page tab. Before I go to the Thank You Page tab, I'm going to come all the way over to the right in the black tool area, and I'm going to hit the draft button that looks like a zipper. And I'm going to set it to ready. And the reason I'm going to set it to ready is it's not going to magically send this out. You don't have to be worried that, oh no, it's going to go out to my list. It's not. It's just telling Infusionsoft that you changed the default to your own version. You designed it. You can always go back and change it. There's no problem. Ready just means that you changed it a little bit or a lot of it. Now I'm going to click on the next tab to the right, the Thank You page. And the Thank You page gives you the opportunity to let people know that they had a successful submission. You would not believe how many times I filled out forms 3 or 4 times because it goes right back to the form and I didn't know if it was successful or not. And then I got 4 emails. It was very obnoxious. So this gives you a page that people will be redirected to that says, hey, you did it. You're going to get my offers now, and let them know what to expect. It automatically has a great company there. To change it, just simply double click it, and then you can put in your own image. So I'm going to come down here to my Infusionsoft logos. I like the one with the hearts, and hit insert. It will automatically default to thanks for filling out this form, but you can come in and change this to whatever you want, and I'm going to put you got it. It will automatically pick up their first name. If you don't ask for their first name, it will just say friend. And I'm going to put here you go. You can change it to whatever you want. We will contact you shortly. This is a great bit of real estate here for you to let people know that if they don't get an email in the next few seconds, to check their spam folder. If they're using Gmail, they may want to check their promotions tab. This is a great place to let people know that they're going to be contacted shortly, and check their spam or check their inbox because they're going to get what they asked for. We do recommend that you send them somewhere else after they click on the form and get this thank you page, because where do you want them to go next? If they click here, do you want them to go to your Facebook page, an order form, a registration form, or back to your website? To set that up, you simply highlight it, come to link, and put in your web address. And hit insert update. And that's it. You can put images on here. You can add a video on here. Sometimes people put funny videos on here. You can add whatever you want. You can design this whichever way you want. If you want to use your own thank you page and you want to redirect them to a hidden page on your website, come up to the little thank you page arrow, go to web address and put your web address in there that you want to redirect them to, and they won't even get to our thank you page. They'll go right to your thank you page. The next tab is your settings tab. And your settings tab is going to let you know that it's going to check for duplicates based on email address. And then if you want to be notified every single time somebody fills out this form, I want an email sent to me, I want to know. Awesome. Just put your email address in where it says notification email and put in your email address. Once you put in your email address, you'll be notified. If you have someone else that needs to be notified, put a comma and put their email address. They don't need to be a user inside Infusionsoft to be notified. Case in point, my sister sends out the first chapter of my book, a hard copy of it. My sister doesn't know how to use Infusionsoft. She's, 68 years old and she doesn't use Infusionsoft and she doesn't want to learn how to use Infusionsoft. So as soon as someone fills out this form and puts in their address, I just wanted you to know my sister's older than me. There was no reason to tell you her age. Sorry about that. So once they fill out the form, my sister Polly in Texas will be notified and get everything that she needs to send out that first chapter of the book to the person that just signed up. She doesn't have to be a user inside Infusionsoft. I just put her email address here. What's the email going to look like? It's going to have a subject that says a web form was filled out, and I'm going to change it to, hey, send out the chapter. We got another one. So if I sent that out, if I was sending it to my sister, my notification is going to say, another person wants our offer. Yippee. And I'm going to get that. That's what my email message is going to say, and it's going to have all the information that somebody fills out on that form. The next tab is the code tab, and I want to tell you about the code tab right now, but I just want to let you know, and I'll probably say it 4 times, you don't grab your code till the campaign is published. If you grab your code before the campaign is published, your form is going to show up like this. It's going to show up just like the default form that we had at the beginning. So not like this, but the default one. In order for your form to show up like this, you need to wait until you publish the campaign. But I'm going to show you the code page first anyway. If you have a webmaster that's going to be doing this for you, lucky you, or somebody that understands websites really, really well, you can click on the Have Your Webmaster Do It, put in their email address and say, hey, can you get this on the website now? And everything that the webmaster needs will be sent to them in an email. They don't have to be a user inside Infusionsoft. They never even have to see it. It will send everything to them. Let me pause for a second and get a drink of water. If you're going to do it yourself, you're going to hit the Do It Yourself box. This is a little bit scary, but if I can do it, you can do it. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the code, you're going to copy the code, and then what you're going to do with that code is you're going to take it, go to your website, go into your admin page, pick the page you want it at, grab a text box, and just drop that code in that text box. Once you republish your website, it will automatically grab that code and put it on your page automatically. The only difference between the JavaScript snippet and the HTML code is that if you change something on your web form and republish it, if you use our HTML code, you're going to have to put that code back on your website after you republish. If you use the JavaScript snippet and you republish, it will automatically bring up those changes. Well, then, Judy, why wouldn't I just use the JavaScript snippet every time? Well, here's why. Some themes on your WordPress site or on different sites don't play well with the JavaScript snippet. They cut off the submit button, and that would be terrible. So you have to check it first. It won't cut off the submit button with the HTML, but some codes don't accept our JavaScript snippet. If it does, awesome, because every time you make a change, it will pick it up. You may be thinking, hey, Judy, I don't have a website yet. So what would I do then? No problem. Come down to use the hosted version, and we give you a URL link. So if you're doing Google ads or Facebook ads or just putting a link in an email or sending out direct mailers and you need a bit.ly link, you have a URL right there that you can make a bit.ly link of. You have a URL that you can send to people and they can sign up. You don't need a website. I'll show you an example of this later. The only difference between this web form URL and the pretty web form URL is I can change the end of this to offer sign up now. That's it. That's the only difference. You can change the ending instead of having these funny numbers right here. And I'm not going to go over share this with your network because it only works with your personal page, and you guys are businesses and people don't know you by your personal page. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go to the Help Center. Cool? Cool. We have our form done. Our form is now ready. So we're going to go back to our campaign, and you'll see that the form is now kind of a light green. That representation says it's ready. You can always go back and change it. You can always go back and set it not ready, but that's letting Infusionsoft know that it's ready and you can publish it. Now we're going to work on our sequence. When we double-click the form builder opened up. When we double-click the sequence right in the middle, the sequence builder opens up just like that. And it starts with a start. And that start button is saying to you, and it's light green, which means it's ready, what do you want to happen next? Yes, somebody filled out the form. Now what? And you get to decide with your marketing brain, what do I want to happen immediately? Well, I came to Judy's webinars and she said that we tag people based on what list they belong to. And I want these people to be tagged that they're on my offer list. They want my offer. So I want to tag them that they're on my offer list. They signed up for my offers. So I'm going to come to tags, down under process, so right here under process, grab the tag and place it right next to my start. The little arrow will automatically appear and you can see that the tag is gray, which means it needs to be set up. I'm going to double click the tag builder opens up, and I'm going to call this offer sign up. You can see I already have offer sign up and re-engage. So I'm going to make a brand new tag to show you that this is real and I'm not just faking it. So I'm going to put May offer sign up. Make that tag, hit save, and now it will turn green, meaning that it's ready. So the first thing that's going to happen is the person's going to get a tag in their record. Then I promise them an email with the offer. So I need to create that email. I'm going to come over to communications, grab the email, drop it, and you'll see the arrow automatically appears. And it turns blue, which means rename it. And I'm going to call this offer and welcome. And this is going to be no discount. It's just going to be the offer and welcome to my business. The envelope is gray. Gray means, hey, I got to change it. So when I double click it, the email builder is going to open up. Isn't that amazing? And yesterday in the Email Builder webinar, I let you know if you made templates, you can drag them right into the Campaign Builder. So I'm going to come to My Templates. I could start from scratch in the gallery, but I already made one. And I'm going to come down to the email that I want to use. I'm going to use the same branding so people feel the consistency. And thanks for signing up. You're going to get the offer. Click here for the offer. And I'm going to set it ready. I can always come in and edit what I need to edit. It's ready. Go back to my sequence, and now you'll see that that offer email is green. Now I want to wait a couple days because I have a hot lead, and if they didn't click on that offer, I want to make sure I send them another one. So they get it immediately, but if they don't do anything, you always mark it to the person that does nothing. You believe that they're not going to do anything. So I'm going to make sure I send them another offer, just in case they don't click on the first one. So I'm going to come to timers. I don't want to send it immediately, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to double click the timer builder is going to open up, and I'm going to wait 2 days instead of 3. Hit save, and now I'm going to put another email. I can either come over to my communications and grab one, or I can just come to the email I already have that's already templated and branded with my business. Right click, hit duplicate, make a complete copy of that, and change the name to offer to 20% off. I do need to connect these because the arrow doesn't automatically appear when you make a duplicate. So I'm going to go into the icon to the left, grab it, move it to the right, and now I have my second offer. How do I set it ready? Double click. That email will automatically appear. I'm going to change the title by hitting detail. Second there's my title. Set it ready. Of course, I'd go in and change some of the content. I'd put click here now and give them a better offer. And now you can see it's green. I'm going to put another timer. I can either keep on moving to the right, or I can put it right underneath. If I put it right underneath, the arrow will automatically appear. Double click, and I'm going to wait. 3 days is good. This time I'm going to wait 3 days. And then I'm just going to make a duplicate of this one, move it over, put my arrow there, and then change it to offer 3. 30% off. Judy, not Judy Miller, but Judy H. asked a question, and Judy, I'm going to get to that. There's a method to my madness, so hold on for a second. I'm going to double click the email. I'm going to change the title. Third time's the charm, or is it? I'm going to set it ready. I'm going to go back to the sequence. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another timer here and another email here, just in case I decide that I want to go in later and put in another email. These are gray. They're not ready yet. That's important to know for when I publish it. I want to show there's a method to my madness. Now I have my emails all done, so I want to come up to the right-hand corner and let Infusionsoft know that that sequence is done. In the black toolbar, I'm going to go all the way back to my campaign, and form is green, email sequence is green, and I'm going to use Infusionsoft shopping cart. I have to make sure it's set up because if they get the first email and they click on it, I want them to be able to purchase something. So I'm just going to double click. I only have one product, so any purchase, hit save, and now everything is light green and ready to be published and ready to test out. To publish a campaign, come up to the right-hand corner, the blue Publish button, and hit Publish. Infusionsoft will do a check, and it will say, uh-oh, 2 elements are marked as not ready. We know that. It was the timer and the extra email I put in there. Emails are not personalized. That's okay. You don't have to have personalized emails. You can put their first name and last name in if you'd like. You don't have to. The most important part of this checklist right here is campaign passes functional inspection. I'm going to pause for a second. And I am going to send the recording, so I know this is overwhelming, but I'm trying to make it really easy for you. Once you see campaign passes functional inspection, then you'll know that, yes, this campaign is going to work the way I have it set up so I can test it out. So I'm going to hit the blue Publish button, and Infusionsoft is going to publish that campaign. It's not set in stone. You can always go change things. When you publish your campaign, the canvas will change, and it will go right into reporting mode. If you want to learn more about reporting mode, that document that I'm going to send you goes into reporting mode, or you can go to our Help Center. And our development team is working on our reports, so they're getting more and more and more powerful, more strength, and better all the time. In order to test this out, I'm going to toggle from reporting mode to edit mode. And I'm going to test it out with my name. To test it out, you take the form and double-click it. When you double-click the form, you can either, let me wait for it to open. You can either come over here to test, and you can test it out, or you can go into the code. So I'm going to go into the code, and I'm going to click on the hosted version. When I click on the hosted version, my form will appear on another tab, and I'm going to put in my name. I'm going to put in 3 J's for Judy, so you can see how the thank you page looks. I'm going to put a whole bunch of R's for Miller, so you can see what it looks like in the contact record, and my email address. Send offer now. The thank you page should appear, and it does, and there's the 3 J's right there. So you can see whatever they type in there. If they type in Santa Claus, it's going to say Santa. If I click on continue browsing, it will take me to Infusionsoft.com because that's the link I put there. Now let's see if it worked. I'm going to go out of the campaign, search for Judy Miller with 3 J's. There she is right here. Going to open up Judy's contact record with the Miller with the 3 R's. And if it worked, she should be inside Infusionsoft. So she is. If I scroll down, she should have the tag May Offer Sign Up. Ta-da! May Offer Sign Up. And if I come down to this campaign tab right here, you can see she signed up at 10:34 on May 4th. Infusionsoft secretly put a tag on her record at 10:34 automatically. And at 10:34, she got an email that says, offer, here it is. Isn't that amazing? It worked. We know it worked. Here's the other cool thing. After you put your form on your website or in a Facebook ad, 20 minutes later, an hour later, you can go check and say, I want to come to my contacts, and I want to do a new search and find everybody that has my May Offer Sign Up tag. So I look for May Offer Sign Up, I hit search, and drum roll please, it should just be Judy with 3 J's, and it is. So you can search for those people because it will automatically put on that tag. Let's go back to the campaign. Now I know what you're thinking, so I'm going to solve that problem right now. You're probably thinking, oh no, I have this form, and if somebody fills out this form, they go into this sequence, and I'm giving one offer, and then 2 days later they're getting 20% off, and then 3 days later they're getting 30% off. Oh my goodness, if they buy, I don't want them to get 20 or 30% off emails. They're going to be mad as a rattlesnake. Well, let me show you inside this sequence what Infusionsoft has already set up. Make the screen bigger. Inside this sequence, there's a little flag right there. And if I click on that flag, it will open up a box. And it automatically defaults to this. Hey, Infusionsoft, if they reach the next goal, please stop this sequence immediately and move them further on down the funnel. I'm sure you've heard that. Stop. Don't send them the 20 and 30 and 40% off offer. They will be very, very mad. Stop. Take them out of the sequence and push them on to the next sequence automatically. There's also another radio button that says run this till completed. Well, Judy, why would I ever use that? Let me give you an example. I have a yoga studio. Inside the form it says sign up for my 5 basic poses and an offer. People click on that form and I promise them 5 basic poses. So they're going to get one email, the next day another pose, the next day another pose, the next day another pose, and there's also going to be a button that says get my offers now. If they click on the get my offer, I still want them to get all those 5 video poses because I promised them. So I want it to run till completed. For the most part, you're going to stop immediately and move them further on down the funnel, and it automatically defaults to that. And what does that look like? Well, there may be another sequence after this. Let me make it a little bit smaller. And this is new customer. And inside this sequence, there is a tag. Double click it, and that's my customer tag. Give them my customer tag, and then send them the welcome email or deliver product. Goal, sequence, goal, sequence. Well, Judy, I have 2 products. Awesome. If they click on product 1, they get put into this sequence. If they click on product 2, they get put into this sequence automatically. And this sequence will automatically stop when they reach this next goal. If you're not using Infusionsoft as the e-commerce platform, what you'll do is you'll add a tag here. And there are some like Shopify and BigCommerce that have an integration with Infusionsoft, so you don't have to worry about that piece. The other piece I want to talk about is if you already have people inside Infusionsoft and you have the sequence done, you're like, oh, Judy, I went to a conference last week and I got 15 new people and they all want to be in this campaign, but I don't want them to have to go to my website and fill out a form. I already have their email address and I already have all their information. I just want to put them in this sequence. How can I do that? Let me show you how. I'm going to go to my contacts. I'm going to choose the people. If it's everybody on your list, you'll just click on this little button and everybody will be checked. But you have to have permission to put them into the campaign. So I met Cody there. He said he wanted to get my information. I met Donnie, even though he doesn't have an email address, so forget it. I met Jerry, Leona, Elphaba, and Tommy Bahama. I want to add them to this campaign. So I check their names, come to actions, and almost all the way to the bottom you'll see start, stop, a campaign sequence. The other 2 are legacy features. You want the one right sandwiched in the middle. Click on it one time and then just follow the bouncing ball. I want to start the My Offer sign up campaign and I want them to go into the offer and more sequence. If the customer A sequence was done and the new customer B sequence was done, those would show up in the drop-down too, but I only have one sequence published. When I hit process action, Infusionsoft will scoop up those people and drop them right into the campaign just like that. Awesome, awesome. So I want to show a couple more slides and I'll get to questions, so start typing in your questions if you have any. This is a campaign. I'm sure it freaks you guys out and you're like, oh my gosh, will I ever get there? But let me dissect it and put it under a microscope for you and show you what this really is. It's just a goal that leads to a sequence. When they reach the next goal, so it just turned blue with a circle, it will push them into the next sequence and stop everything on the left. When they reach the next goal, it will stop everything on the left and push them. And when they reach the last goal, everything else stops and they move further on down the funnel, or they're done and they're just a customer and they're meeting for coaching calls. It automatically, because of that little flag, stops everything on the left automatically and pushes them further on down the funnel. You put them in an automated follow-up, and as soon as they do what you want them to do, it will push them further on down the funnel. This is an important thing to remember, so I hope you like my little summer theme. Your simple one campaign is better and more important than your complex none campaign. B1 is better than B none, because everyone tries to build out what's on the right before they test out what's on the left. And you got to feel confident first, and you have to know this is going to work before you build out all those crazy, crazy pieces. Because all that's on the right is a goal that pushes people into a sequence. When they reach the next goal, it stops everything on the left and pushes them on to the next sequence. But you got to feel comfortable with what's on the left first, and then you'll get to what's on the right. It's like driving a stick shift. At the beginning, you grind and you back up and you stall and all this crazy stuff happens, but then you start figuring out how to drive it, and you can drive any stick shift, even an 18-wheeler, because you're used to it and you know the feel for it. You will get intuitively used to Infusionsoft too, I promise. So my challenge for you, just like my challenge on Tuesday and Wednesday, build out a simple campaign, create and automate with the builder, publish it, turn it green, emerald green, and then test it out and see it happen, and then add to it and republish it. And all of a sudden you'll start going, wow, this is really working. And you'll get more and more confident. You always have tech support to help you. If you have not been added to our SBSA, which is our Small Business Success Academy, please make sure that you tell me in the question box that you want to be added, and either give me your app name or the business name. Let me show you how to get to your app name. When you sign into Infusionsoft, on the very, very top in the browser window, you'll see that there's a number here, 2 letters and a number. Mine says HV.202, and that's my app name. So I will enroll you in the Small Business Success Academy. It's free training, free, and we're always adding stuff. So Chris said, wow, and I hope that wow means that you really like this stuff instead of, wow, this is too much information, I think I'm going to die. Yay, Chris liked it. Okay, so let's get to questions. The first one is, can I see a web form on a website? Let me show you an example. This is one of my customers, and the weirdest story is I brought this up, and one of the people that was on the webinar said they went to his website the night before. Isn't that crazy? So Chris Beat Cancer is one of our Infusionsoft customers. And if you notice, right here, a pop-up's going to come up, so I want to make sure I get it before. There's his form. Hey, friend, here's some content. First name, email, he has a radio button, and he put subscribe. And that is a form that was created inside Infusionsoft. He just grabbed the code and popped it on there. Pretty cool. That's how we do it. Okay, I promised to add you. So Caroline, I saw your app name. Thank you, and I'm so glad you found your app name. We just had Icon last week, and I asked people their app names, and they had no idea. So I'm really excited. Let's see. Judy asked, there is one section of just type before the second goal sequence. This is the type area. What is this? Let me see what you mean there. So in the campaign builder, my sign up offer. So Judy's saying there's one section of just type before the second goal in sequence. And I don't think it was a huge campaign build out page. Oh, okay. Let me get there. So I don't see what you're talking about. Can you just email me at basictraining@infusionsoft before this? This one. So I still don't, oh, the words that are right here in the middle? Okay, so Judy's asking what the words are. Let me show you right here. What the words are right here. So let me show you inside the campaign builder. Open up campaign builder. Inside the campaign builder, either inside the sequence or just on the campaign page, if you scroll down, there's a place here that you can put notes. And I can say, hey, can you set up the products so we can sell this? And it's just a note. So Marcy said, how can I get caught up? When she missed Tuesdays and Wednesdays, let me show you. I have a basic training channel on YouTube. So that's a perfect question, Marcy, because I want to show you this anyway. And I'm going to be putting on today's webinar. If you notice, here's Manage Contacts from May 2nd. Here's May 3rd's email builder, and May 4th will be right up here. And you'll have access to this. This has tons and tons and tons of videos in here, and you can watch any of them. I have one for how to create an Infusionsoft web form that I go deeper in it, automating decision diamonds, your blueprint to lay out your marketing. So there's lots of stuff in here that you have access to. But remember I said that maybe you don't have a website yet and you just want to use our code, you want to use the hosted version. Let me show you. I don't have a website, but I give people marketing ideas. I don't have a website, but I have a YouTube page. So watch this. Underneath this marketing idea icon right here in the right-hand bottom corner, top bottom of the banner, I'm going to click on that, and it's going to open up my form that I created inside of Infusionsoft, and people can sign up for marketing ideas. I don't have a website. It was costing me $40 a month, and I didn't want a website anymore. But I have a YouTube page that's free, and I can start collecting leads right here. And that is a form that I made up inside Infusionsoft. I just changed the background to green, put in my logo, and made the button green too. And that's free. It's part of your Infusionsoft. It's pretty cool, right? Right. So let me get back to questions. So Adriana asked, how do I get people from my contact list already tagged to start a campaign with them? So if you want people that are already tagged and you want them inside of this sequence, go do a search for your contacts. So you may be thinking, oh, Judy, I don't have them tagged, or I just put them in yesterday, but I don't know who they are. Watch this. New search. I want to come to miscellaneous criteria. I want to search for people that I put in yesterday. Actually, I'm going to put May 4th. Search for that group of people. And there aren't any, but if there were some, let me go back to contacts. I didn't add anybody yesterday. Choose the people that you want to add to the campaign by hitting the checkbox, Or if you're adding everybody, just hit the top ID checkbox. Come to Actions. All the way to the bottom, it says Start, Stop a Campaign Sequence. Click on that and then follow the bouncing ball. Just follow the prompts. I want to start them in my offer and sign up campaign, and this is the sequence I want to start them in. And as soon as I hit process action, it will grab those people, Adriana, and put them into that campaign. Benjamin said, how can I move the campaign builder if I put a sequence to the edge? Let me show you. That's a good question. And a lot of people have that question. If you're just building out your sequence to the right, 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 or your campaign from the right to the right to the right, what you're going to do is hold down your shift button, right click, and then you can move it. If it's a Mac, hold down your control button and right click and you can move it. Same thing in the sequence. If you have it going all the way to the left or to the right, just hold down your shift key and your left click or right click and it will bring you right in there. So I just have a whole bunch of people that want to be added to the Small Business Success Academy, and once you're added, you'll get a username and password so you'll know. I'm also going to be sending you with your goodies. I made a campaign builder workbook, so I made it just for fun, and I like to write things down. I have to write it down and see it and hear it or I don't learn it. So I'm going to be sending you guys that workbook so that you can watch the recording and then answer the questions in the workbook. You have to email me if you want a key because I'm not going to send you a key. Okay, Tuesday and Wednesday, Marcy, you always have access to my basic training. If you want to search for it, you just go to YouTube, search for Infusionsoft Basic Training, and when you do, you'll look for the one that has this little picture here. And there are tons and tons of videos in here. There's a really good one down here, if I do say so myself. It is called How to Create a Banner. There's Let's Create a Customer Welcome Plus Wow, How to Create a Refer a Friend campaign, How to Sell Online, How to Collect Leads using the Infusionsoft hosted web form. So every time I do a webinar, I put it on here automatically for free for you guys. And Sherry, I think I added you to the SBSA yesterday, so check your spam, because I know I added you, because I remember your email address. So if you weren't added and didn't get your username and password, let me know and I will make sure, because Barney didn't get his at first and then he finally did get his. So it doesn't look like there's any more questions. She just found in her junk mail. Yay! So go on in there. There's lots of basic training and there's even some strategy plans, and I did those recordings, so they'll be really easy to follow. You may get sick of me, but there's lots of information in there. Thank you guys for joining me. This is the last webinar this week. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at basictraining@infusionsoft.com. I will get this formatted for you. I will get it out to you with all the goodies that I promise. And I really appreciate you guys being customers. I know Infusionsoft is a gigantic, gigantic machine, and it does so much, but people have made lots of money with a very simple 3-part campaign. I promise you, if I can do it, anybody in the world can do it, because I am the most untechnical person in the world. Well, maybe I'm not. I think my boyfriend is the most untechnical person, and I'm the second most untechnical person. But I appreciate you guys trudging through it with me, getting in the trenches, and if you have any questions, you can always email me and I promise to help you. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for people that came 3 times, and I really appreciate it. I hope that this made the campaign builder really, really easy and helped you so that you can make even more complex ones. And you always have our tech support to help you. So thanks for joining me and have a wonderful Thursday. Bye-bye.